I'm Lisa Raleigh, and this is your wake-up call. Keep it real, powered by Ned Group Life. Let's make it happen. If you've spent a fortune on your Jamie and Nigella recipe books and would like to learn how to transform these recipes into healthier versions, then this show is for you. And joining us today on Keep It Real is celebrity chef Jodi Ann Pearton. Jodi, what did the original recipes look like and how did you manage to make them low in fat?
It was a really easy process, Lisa. Basically, the original recipes were really high in fat, a lot of butter, a lot of cream, a lot of sugar. We've just basically eliminated that and utilized substitutes.
So are these the three recipes here? And what was this originally?
This was a really fattening bacon quiche with loads of cream and butter. We've changed it to a beautiful whole wheat quiche that's made with buttermilk and egg white. We then had glazed pork chops, also once again loaded with butter, creme fraiche, all sorts of ugliness. And now it's a beautiful glazed pork fillet with really low fat mashed potatoes, which we've used sweet potato for, and some nice sauteed veggies. And then we had double Dutch chocolate cupcakes with truffles and fudge icing. Wow. And we now have beautiful rice flour cupcakes with goat's yogurt infused with cinnamon and beautiful fresh granola.
So why do chefs make things so fattening when they know obviously there's harmful side effects?
Lisa, flavor, flavor, flavor at the end of the day.
So how do we make things fat-free in essence?
Well, in order to keep them flavoursome and fat-free, we utilise substitutes such as your rice flour, your buttermilk, your soya milk, that kind of thing, xylitol. You look for the healthy substitutes. And remember, flavour, use spices, use herbs.
Jodi, what are some of the fundamentals we should have in our kitchens to make sure that we can make this transformation?
It's an incredibly easy thing to do. It's about making the correct choices. Instead of utilising things like refined sugars, refined flours, bleached products, try and utilise things like rye flour, stone ground whole wheat flour like we have in the starter, things like rice flour, corn flour, they all can be substituted. When you're looking at your sugars, rather than going for your white refined sugar, go for, if you do want to eat sugar, rather an unrefined brown or treacle sugar or a xylitol or a stevia. You know, there are ways around utilizing sugar in your diet. Things like buttermilk instead of cream work really well, much lower in fat. Using yogurt, specifically the goat's yogurt that we've used, much higher in calcium, much lower in fat. Definitely things like coconut oil instead of butter. You're looking at your rice milk instead of full cream milk. You're looking at xylitol instead of sugar. Those are three really important ones to start off with.
And can any recipe be changed?
Definitely, easily.
And are there any other type of important tips or tricks that you have up your sleeve?
Definitely. When you're looking at important tips for at home, everyday use, even when you're dining out, think of things like cooking methods. You know, instead of deep frying, do steam something, you know, or parboil it or saute it. Deep frying is an incredibly fattening and unhealthy way to eat.
Now, we've just changed one recipe to show people out there that it is possible. How does one keep this decision sustainable?
At the end of the day, it's about lifestyle choices. It's about having options in your cupboard, in your pantry, when you go out. It's about knowledge and education. It needs to be a lifestyle change, making sure that when you are cooking, you are making these changes on a daily basis and not just a once-off.
And I'm just looking at these portions here. I know you've cut out a little wedge that looks like it would be one serving, and then your main and then your dessert. Is this what one should be eating for one meal? It looks quite small. For
a man-sized meal, Lisa, you would look at your one wedge. You're going to see your main course is one meal for a man and then one cupcake for your dessert. It does look a little bit small, but remember, if food is flavoursome, you won't want to eat more.
And the key to ultimately losing weight and keeping it off is to keep your portions in check. So that portion distortion out the window.
Exactly, portion distortion out the window, but it doesn't mean you don't need to eat nice food. Eat flavoursome, healthy, delicious food and you're on your way.
And now for today's financial savvy tip. It is very important to know how Living Benefits Protection works. These products can be offered on a standalone basis, and some have an option to reinstate after the benefit has been paid. Don't forget to log onto our website, keepitreal.co.za, for the chance to win amazing daily and weekly prizes. If you want to redesign your recipes as you've seen us do it today, then remember what Jodi said. It takes a little bit of creativity and imagination, and you're there. That's it from me, Lisa Raleigh. Let's keep it real. Till next time. Keep it real, brought to you by Ned Group Life. Let's make it happen.